Okay. Okay.
Got it. You are
Okay.
allowed
Hi,
to record.
everyone. Elle and I were just having a conversation, and then I thought maybe I should actually just record it. So I'm Christy, and this is
Elle, hi.
Elle, aka Stitch Sprout. And now that I
Yeah.
am putting into my brain more that your name is Elle, I won't refer to you as Sprout anymore because you were.
Sprout also works. It's all good.
So what were we talking about now? I can't remember, but I was like, we should record it.
Um,
Oh
we
yeah.
were
Oh, I was going to
talking.
ask you about Just
Yeah.
CrossStitch because so last summer I was like, Elle, you need to apply to Just CrossStitch. You got to do this. However, you're in January, so that means you were already doing it, right?
No,
So they
you were
had
the
you
one who
design.
told me.
So they did January. They designed the January one in summer, or did I tell you even sooner than I thought?
You, when did I do this one? This was like, I think it was like, it must have been like last year, I
But it
guess.
was because of me. Oh, because I saw it and I thought,
Yeah.
well, both of the ones I did, no, I guess it was behind. Okay, because when I designed Fall Friends for October 2022, I designed it in December 2021.
Yeah.
But the Christmas ornament one you do during the Christmas before. So I guess it's just the special issue.
Yeah.
So you
Hmm.
did get in there because of me. I thought you were
Yeah.
secretly just like,
No,
Christy, that's a great idea, but had already done.
I
Anyway, I'm just
I
so
honestly had
proud.
no idea.
I am so proud and happy for you.
Thank
And more
you.
people are seeing your designs. And I just feel like, okay, so did you go to art school? Because you seem very knowledgeable
Yes.
and artistic. Like I'm naturally
Yeah.
artistic, like everyone I think that does this kind of thing, but I didn't go to, was not formally trained. You look formally trained. Question, here's the
Um,
microphone. Are you
okay. Yes.
fully, officially
I
trained?
I have a college degree in photography and graphic design, and then I have a university degree in photography.
Nice.
So I guess formally trained, but
But I mean,
I
it was still
wouldn't.
something artistic.
Yeah.
So can you show the camera what your picture was again? It was like this beautiful little winter wonderland thing, right?
Yeah. So this.
Oh, I
But
love the.
I have her here, so even better.
Oh, she's beautiful.
That
Oh,
was my first ever one. And I hadn't really done this style before at all. I just sort of like winged it and was like, maybe they'll like
winged.
it.
Sorry, there's
Yeah.
wings in it. Um, that's what I love about these though. So, I don't know if I did with prompts, like my fall friends wasn't really my style. I mean, it's my style in that like I anthropomorphize animals all the time.
Yeah.
But I think what really the boxes we've been doing for Starlight Stitchery, like
Mhm.
I keep making things that I'm like, wow, I didn't know I had that in me. Not
Yeah.
necessarily like, oh, that's better than my usual stuff, because I don't know if other people feel that way, but like I started moving in a different, not a different direction, but I've really noticed my style growing.
I would
And have
totally
you
agree
noticed
with
that
that.
too? When you have,
Yeah.
I always thought I don't want to do art professionally, which is why I never ended up going to art school, which would have
It's a
suited
waste
me.
of
But
time, honestly.
what?
It was a waste of time anyway.
But I thought, like, I never wanted, sorry, the stuff on my screen and it's annoying me. Oh, well. I thought it would ruin it for me if I had to do what someone else told me to do. But now, like being thrown
Yeah.
into the world of here's a prompt, go with it, I actually
Yeah.
really love it. And that's how I feel about um xStitchTheRainbow. I want to talk about that with you. When I did the
Yeah.
one last fall, I was so excited, but it really the limitations of the palette really stressed me out because I don't usually work with things that are so dramatically variegated.
Hmm.
So I felt very limited and it really stressed me out. But I ended
I
up
get
like
that.
what I made did really well and I
I
enjoy
love
it.
your design. I
Thank
thought it
you.
was really cute.
And
It
I've
was
just
really
got,
good.
so I work with Katie, or I just chat with Katie online of, is it Katie or Kate? I'm pretty sure it's Katie of Cottage Garden Threads. So I was like, hey, can you hook
Oh
me up
yeah.
with a spring version? So she's shipping me, I'm about to restitch it with the
Oh.
spring one. So spring
Oh.
pellet. Cause I was like, mums, at least in the US, mums are fall and spring. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
so, but anyway, like that's really expanded my, I don't know, my design. And then I noticed, so the last two pieces I did for, Starlight, I ended up using more like 3/4 stitches and half stitches, which hasn't been my
Oh
thing.
yeah.
And so now for my Stitch the Rainbow, this one, the tea time, I'm doing more half stitches and 3/4 stitches. And
Ooh.
so Bad Stitch looks at, because we show each other, Amanda and I show each other our stuff all the time. And she's like, look at
Yeah.
all those 3/4 stitches. And I'm like, yep.
Yeah, some
But
people
you
hate them.
gotta,
I like them.
but you gotta go where it takes you, right? And so
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever commandeer the conversation or take over, I'm sorry, but I felt like that's what you were going with, and I was about with
No.
yours, like, so it took you in a place that you didn't expect. So as I
Yeah.
just like totally word vomit. So
No, no, no.
so do you want to expand on that, like your feelings on, so what else for like
Um,
having prompts?
so the first box that I did for Starlight Stitchery was really, I don't know, it was definitely out of my comfort zone being like told like you need to do this, this, like in a theme. Um, that was weird because I'd never done anything cross stitch related to like a briefing. Um, but then it worked out and I actually did a different pattern to the one that got released, which was the garden like fence thing I did.
Oh yeah, I
Which
bought that box. I
yeah.
love that box.
Yeah.
I love that
Um
box.
I'm
It
like
was
looking
creepy.
through my
Poison
pile.
Garden
Yes.
with all the like,
I had a totally different design for that one originally. And I started stitching it and I was going insane. And I was like, right, I need to not do this one. I need to redesign it. And then this was the redesign. So
oh wait, so that is different from the one in the box?
no, this is the one that was in the box.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, that
Yeah.
looks familiar.
I was doing like a moth with like flowers in the wings and stuff, and it was like so big, and I just gave up. So
Oh, so did you finish that one? Because that's reminiscent of what's going on with the next box, isn't it?
yeah, I didn't finish it. No, that one I was like, it's too much. I'm done with that. But it was nice because it made me rethink like I need to go back and look at the briefing again for the box and be like, okay, poison garden, I need to be more literal and then I did and it really helped. And then it's just got easier doing more boxes.
Yeah, it's sorry, my brain goes down the rabbit hole of anyway.
I love it.
I won't go down the rabbit hole of Eddie Izzard jokes, but that was making me think of an Eddie Izzard joke. But are you a fan of hers, real quick?
Yes.
Oh, anyway, I was just thinking. Okay, so I'm going to share it. How she used to always be like talking about how you can do anything with your life and your career, and then being like, "You're English, tone it down a bit." And so I was thinking about, "You're English, tone it down a bit. You can't go quite that big.
Yeah, love it.
Tone down those boxes." I tried to do. I desperately wanted to design a passion flower once, and it ended up massive. And finally, I
Mm,
was like, because like to make it actually look like a passion flower,
yeah,
I
it's
I gave up.
yeah.
I think that's
We
something if I
we
ever want
learn
to
our
do
limitations.
that would need lots of back stitching instead for all the little,
Mm,
but oh, we should talk about, we need to plug X Stitch the Rainbow. Are you
yes,
stitching yours? Is yours designed yet?
I I have finished the design. I have stitched it twice,
Ooh.
almost, because I did it on like a light blue Ada originally, and I
Ooh.
was like, okay, the colors might not work. but we're gonna do it anyway. And I did it, and I got halfway through, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if the green is showing up good." So I
Oh yeah.
then redid it on like a dark purple, and then I was like, "Now I can't see the like dark red pinky color." So I was like, "I'm gonna go back to my original."
Because I saw that Bendy Stitchy's doing it on some kind of like plum color, and it's
That's
beautiful.
yeah, that's what I saw, and I was like, "Okay, I might need to try purple," but. I, w I wonder if I can show the tiniest bit of it to
I know
you.
that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, can I cover part of it up?
It's not finished, but
Yeah, mine's not either, but the way it stitches up is gorgeous. Like, I mean, the colors are so beautiful.
yeah.
And like, I'm
Okay.
not a fan of pink, but the pink with the other colors.
Tiny section.
Ooh,
But look at
it's
my
got words. I'm
fancy
so
ampersand.
excited. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. I think I'm gonna have to see if I can do this is key. But look at those colors together. Like those
That
colors
is
together are dynamite. And I'm gonna be
that
honest,
red.
I wasn't planning on it, but this is gonna double as a Valentine's release next year.
Oh, I
It just
love
happened. I was
that.
like, this really works for Valentine's. So
Yeah.
bonus for me. That'll be nice. Oh, but I'm gonna show the floss, which you'll be happy to see is on my poison garden. I don't know what is this
Oh,
called, a floss keeper? Floss. I
I
don't know, but
have
it's
like
pretty.
10 of them and I have no idea.
But that's one thing I love from the boxes because this was from the
That
Starlight
is super
Stitchery box.
nice.
But here's the pretty floss for the camera. So the cheeky thing about this sage green is sometimes it looks gray and like it looks terrible on this zoom, but sometimes it looks gray and
Yeah.
sometimes it looks green, but it's very much a sage. Now, I wish I had more of the grayish part in mine. You'll have to look at pictures on social media, y'all, if you want to see it, but because I don't have as much of this in it. And then I saw it in person and I wish I did because this one's so pretty because it's like back and forth
Yep.
between gray and pink.
Pink. It's so pretty.
Looks like
I was
nothing on
trying
my
to
screen.
backstitch my letters just to get it in there. Um, but it didn't really work. So I was like,
So
I
yeah, I
guess
need
when
to
you
do.
see our like chosen prompt colors and then versus like what they actually are when they're made into the silks, it's like
Yeah. I was
it
just
differs.
excited it had multiple colors thrown in there.
Mm,
Oh,
so
because
pretty.
another thing I always had a problem with, I haven't been bold with my fabrics, and since I've gotten into the world of virtual cross stitch, I don't know, social media cross stitch, and I see people do all these wild fabrics, and I'm like, but it doesn't show the design, which I'm still particular about some things, but I really would see all of that variegated plus like extreme variegated, when it goes from like a dark color.
Mm,
So like the mum's the word, that was hard. The autumn garden, I was forced to work with that kind of floss and I'd always looked at it and not just the cottage garden threads, any ones that were that dramatic of a variegation. And I was just always like, those are god awful ugly. And honestly, I'm going to admit it because I changed my whole view. I changed my mind. But when I got them in the mail, I was like, what did I get myself into? This is so
oh,
ugly. And I totally changed my mind. Otherwise, I wouldn't say that. But
yeah.
I thought it was hideous. And no, it's not. It's gorgeous. And now I am obsessed with their floss. And I'm talking to Katie all the time just because Katie and I get along. And now I keep going, oh
Oh.
crap, is her name Kate or is it Katie? I think it's Katie. Anyway, like I really, one of those people on the internet that you're like, this is my friend, but I haven't met
Yeah.
them. And now I don't remember.
That's like all of my friends right now.
But actually, I don't feel like you and I haven't met. I have talked to you so much. I totally
I
feel like
know,
we've
that's
talked a
the
million times in
thing.
person anyway.
Yeah.
But 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 now, oh yeah, so I want to use Cottage Garden all the time. And I tell you, it's like not cheap, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably is less expensive for people in Australia and New Zealand, but over here it's like the most expensive floss I've worked with because it's like
Yeah.
the price point is at least twice, but it's worth it. And so yeah, now like I started designing all of my like my Sinister Sweeties. They're all or most of them have
Oh
borders that
yeah, I
are
love
cottage
that.
garden. And I'm always like, so Katie, what looks like oh, I asked her what looked like pumpkin pie, and she's like, I'm from Australia. I don't know what pumpkin pie looks like. But so
Good point.
I go to her a lot. So, oh yeah, the question I had for you.
Hmm.
So totally unrelated, but do you know Oh the Stitches online? I talk about her a lot. She's like,
I think yes.
she's got Sam from Trick or Treat as her. It's the witchy stitcher Sam Stitch as her logo. Anyway, we're friends in real life. In fact, she was over yesterday and she was like, you should ask Stitch Sprout about her favorite
About
notions. Because I was like, what should I
Notion.
ask Elle?
Oh. I was
Because I
just
had her and my
trying to see
friend
if I could
Sarah
see.
over for our tea party yesterday. So I could, because I had tea time on my brain. So we had a tea
Yeah.
party.
And you got clotted cream. You
Although,
finally got
so
it.
all three of us have spent extensive time in England at different points in time. But for
Mm.
Sarah, she hasn't been there in like 20 years because she went there in college. So she
Oh.
couldn't compare. She couldn't even remember. She's like, well, does this work as clotted cream? And Lana and I are both like, no. But then Lana was just, I haven't been to England in like 10 months because or 10 years because honestly, so I was married to an English guy for 14 years.
How funny.
So I was in England a lot for a lot of my adult
Yeah.
life. But then now I'm not with him anymore. And I've been there since like 2011. I think it was like New Year's 2010, 2011. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, my clotted cream experience is 10 years old. Sarah's clotted cream experience is 20 years old. But Lana was there two
Oh,
months ago because her boyfriend is there. So anyway, she said it still wasn't the same, but it was lovely. It's really lovely. So anyway,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Gosh, I talk too much.
No,
And
I love it.
as an introvert, like I'm gonna be so dead after having friends over for 3 hours yesterday and visiting with you, like have the best time, and now I'm gonna have such a social hangover.
Oh,
But it's worth it. It's
I
worth
love
it.
it. No, I love that you talk a lot because I'm like, that's just me. My
But my
husband
head's
talks
so at my
fine.
butt. I was like, oh, I
Literally.
was asking about notions. Okay.
Yes.
I want to hear about your favorite notions because
Okay,
notions are new to
so
me and I love them.
um, what would you define as a notion?
So like my first thought is needle minders. Like,
Okay.
are you a needle minder
Yep.
versus a pin cushion person? Like the notions I've gotten into the last few years that I've discovered are grime guards and Q snaps and needle minders. Those are my big things.
Yes. Okay.
So some people really love floss drops. You are a pin cushion girl.
I am both,
Ooh.
but specifically, I am a Clover branded loving gal. So
Ooh.
I literally have everything by the Clover brand. I just love them. So I got this one. It was a little kit and
It's
it just
pretty.
came with this and this, and you get your own fabric and you stuff it and it like pops over.
Yeah. Easy peasy. Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
so pretty and no one would know
So
if you hadn't revealed it.
yeah.
Revealed,
So I
given
got to
away.
use my own little fabric. Um so she's so cute. I love her.
It's really cute. Hey, idea for
Um
a future design. Just tuck that away in your head
I know,
for
right?
you.
Yeah. I did contemplate it. Um, and then Needleminder hilariously is my own right now. It's just so tiny that I
So
just really like the size of it.
you said it's your own?
Yeah, this is my art, and then I got them made into the plastic. I don't know what they're called.
So like I could have one with my logo. That would be rad.
Yeah.
Tucking it away for later. Filing it
Mm-hmm.
away.
Well, all the other ones I have are really huge, and this one is like you can see kind of
That's a
small.
good I think that's the
So
ideal size to be honest, because some are too
yeah,
small and
I use a lot of small hoops and stuff. So, and then this is my favorite hoop in the world. This is a clover hoop as
okay.
well.
Is it plastic
So
or wood?
it's plastic. My favorite thing is the fact that it has this little lippy, and then this so you don't get your thread like stuck around, like the metal. It's great.
Yes, which happens for sure.
And it tells you which way to close it, which is hilarious. I love it.
No user error on closing.
No, no. But they're just so nice.
Maybe they had to do
Um,
that because there's always like one person that can't figure it out. And so then there were complaints and then
yeah.
we must state
Yeah.
the obvious for every stitcher.
Close, open. Like, okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So so you have a hoop. I keep wanting to say ambidextrous. Are you hoopist? There's not a thing. Like I go back and forth between hoops and Q snaps depending on the project and the fabric. Do you use Q
Yeah.
snaps or are
I
you
I have
only a
one
hooper?
and I have a grime guard, but I think I've only used it once. I really liked it and I do think they're better than hoops. But for me, like if I have to move stuff, and then like pull all the Q snap off and move it across, I think I just need to get a bigger one. Um,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, the one I have
Um,
is like super tiny, so
okay.
I think that's where I messed up.
Because they've like really changed my game. Like I love them. I don't know.
Yeah,
For me, they were a game changer.
yeah.
When I cross stitched in the 90s, because I've been cross stitching since like 86 or 87. It was like first or second grade. I
Oh,
remember in the
wow.
90s. So my mom and my aunts and some of my cousins, like we're all like cross stitchers. It's like,
Oh.
and so I have one cousin that doesn't cross stitch and she just doesn't understand why we're all into cross stitch. And it's like, I guess you just didn't get that gene. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so in the 90s, we all had these like wooden scrolls. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with those, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, so you'd like sew, there was fabric attached to the wood scroll, and you'd sew it to the top of the bottom of your stitch and you'd roll
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah. And you could plug it into a little fit stand. And it's nice to
I
not
have
have to
seen
mess with
those.
the sewing. I don't know. I'm a fan of the Q snaps and also have you tried the magnetic, what are they called? Now I forget what they're called. Zip ties, the magnetic zip ties.
Oh, I keep seeing about them. I
Okay.
haven't tried them. I
So
need to
I
get
just
them.
got them for my whatever this is called, my natural world cell, because I've never worked in anything this big. And the idea was that it would I specifically made it if you do it in 16 count, it'll fit in a 16 by 20 frame because that's a standard frame
Ah,
size. And I hate when things languish like they're done and they languish in your closet or wherever because you can't afford to frame them.
the weird noise. Sorry.
Oh, so anyway, this is lots of fabric. So anyway, I'm not as far as most people because I've been stitching models. This is my own cell, and this is all I've stitched so
I
far.
love
But
that.
I have the fabric rolled up, but then
That's so
these
clever.
guys, and they have little smileys on
Oh,
them. Yeah, they have little
I love
smileys. It's like a
that.
little happy sun face. And I've
It
seen
matches
tons
your
of people use
nails.
these. What?
It matches your nails.
I noticed that too. I'm like, I'm
That's
really
so
into this
cute.
color. I'm finding this color everywhere. I'm kind of now I'm like, I want this to be my color all year.
Yeah,
Kind of obsessed with it.
I
But
love it.
these, in fact, I got these specific ones from Mariam of Marumi Designs, who also is another internet friend who I just love so much. And
Oh,
she and I, like, we noticed on January 1st this year, she was starting my cell and I started her Perky Lion, and we're like, we're stitching each other's stuff on the same
oh,
day.
that's
So
cute.
cute. But she has these too. And I love that they have faces because I like anthropomorphize everything anyway. So they make
Yes,
me happy. But anyway, so I recommend these. And it comes like I got these with 10. And I know some people are anti Amazon. And I don't know. I hate how Amazon treats its workers. I have multiple family members that have worked there and were treated awfully. But at the same time, it's like I just wish I could quit you. I wish I knew how to quit
I
you,
know.
Amazon, but
I
I
know.
don't, especially since the pandemic. So I got like 10 or 20 of these at once and they immediately became a thing. Like my daughter was using them for bracelets. But on top of that,
Oh,
like you use them all around the house. So I'm using
yeah.
like 4 or 3 here, but they're all over They're all over our house. Like you wrap cords with them and they're cute. So you have
Love
smiley
that.
face. Like we have cat butt magnets all over the house since Christmas too,
So do
because I got those.
we.
You do too?
Yeah.
Like we've got two cat butts like sticking out of our microwave right now. They're all over the house. But anyway,
Yeah.
so like we've got little smiley face wraps all over the house.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, that Q snap is the size that I probably need to get. The one I got was literally like this big. So,
I wonder if yours like because the 8 by okay, so I have an 8 by 8 here too. I'm just sharing all my lists,
oh,
which I was gonna do anyway.
yeah, it was the 8 by
So
8.
I think this is an 8 by 8. I don't have a tape measure on me. I think this is an 8 by 8. So if you
Yes.
can look by my hands. And I only have fill in right here now, and I'm excited. I'm almost done. But
Um,
it looks, I don't know, I feel like it's deceiving. Like you're like, 8 by 8 sounds big. And then you get it and it doesn't seem big. I don't
I
know. In
think
my
it
mind,
feels a lot smaller like behind because of the plastic bits where they
yes, they
stick
take up
out. So it
space.
kind of, yeah.
So is this the size you have, or is yours even smaller?
I think mine must be 8 by 8.
Think hand width.
Yeah, I think so, but I was working on like a big piece on it. So I
Oh,
was
so you had to
having
keep
to
moving
like
it.
pull it
Okay.
off. Yeah.
So this is the size, I think. I have extenders for this. I can't remember. Okay,
Ooh.
I'm suck at numbers. This could be, I have an 11, but I also have a thing that extends it to 14. But I think for my temperature stitch, I did the climbing goat one that was the spiral. I think I had it in this size. And at some
Oh
point, I
yeah.
did the extenders and made it bigger. And it was actually too big. Like it fit the whole spiral, but it was more like it felt so without
Just
having a
like
stand,
chunky.
it's like there was so much, I don't know, girth was the word, but it was just cumbersome. It was very
Yes.
cumbersome.
Yeah. No, I
So,
totally get that
so you've got to have the right size. But yeah, like I
for
think
sure.
you might, if you get a bigger one, like maybe the 11 by 11, that's what I use a lot. That one
That
might really
one,
work. And you
that
can
one I
change
will
them
add.
out. So I use the 11 by 11 a lot by changing the parts, and I have like 11 by 8.
Oh, okay.
So I
That's
highly
cool.
recommend those.
Yeah. So
So, ooh, oh, go
I
ahead.
have some stuff to show. I guess I'm allowed to show it.
Of your own stuff?
But no, this is a little designer sample pack I got from Winchlet. So I got
Witchelt?
mine. Wishelt?
Or maybe
I don't know how to say it.
it's German, so none of us do unless we're German.
Wishelt.
Yeah, I think Wichelt.
Wishelt.
I wish I could pronounce it, even when like
Yeah.
German people try to. I still can't.
I
The
know German and I don't know how to pronounce it. So I apologize to them.
but the
Um
fun thing is, I just talked to the Wichelt lady, and so I've got samples coming to me right now as of 2 days ago.
Yay!
So anyway,
So I can show you what I got.
yes, yes, yes.
So I got these.
Oh, have you used seed beads
Oh,
yet? They're a blast.
don't focus on my face. Focus on these.
No, no, I am.
Um,
I can see them. Oh,
okay,
the
good.
camera.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No.
It got there. There it is. Oh, it's beautiful.
So it'll be my first time using glass beads that are proper. I had some really rubbish ones that I used before and they were awful. So these will be fun. These are going to be on a Just CrossStitch design.
So do you have more coming to Just CrossStitch?
Yes.
Because I get that I don't have anything coming right now because I always get the ads every month or the call outs, and
Oh,
I'm always like, I don't have time or I don't have an idea. So anyway,
yeah.
I'm glad you're gonna be right now.
I
I'm not, and
I
I'm
try
sad.
and do them every time I get them. And then if I don't finish it, then I'm like, you know,
That
I'll just
happened to
keep
me with
that
the
for me.
ornament because
Yeah.
I just went back to
And
work and I was like, I should be in the ornament one. Try for that and didn't get it done.
yeah, it's just one of them things.
So you're gonna have them in
Um,
there. That's how the witch lady heard about me
yeah.
was my ornament
Yeah.
because I used the
Then
beads.
she reached out to me on Etsy because of being in the magazine. So I was like,
She's so
oh yay.
nice.
Yeah, Mary.
Yeah,
She's
Mary.
great.
Mary is super
Yeah.
nice.
So she sent me this 16 count Ada, which
Ooh,
is
oh, that color.
lilac. It's so pretty. So she gives you so much. my God. But it's so pretty. So that was the Ada that I chose.
That's
Um,
beautiful.
and then I got,
Oh, there's a car.
yeah. So I'm probably gonna do, I had an idea of like doing like a fence and then putting him on it. So something for the future probably. I
Oh, I'm
got some of
so
the
excited. They have the
perforated.
frames too. I want to get the frames. But anyway,
Oh
oh,
yeah, the
what's that one
perforated
called?
paper.
Oh, perforated paper. Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty.
which is in your color.
All of my blue. I look pretty blue obsessed. Usually I'm purple obsessed. I'm in a blue phase. This is
Um,
my blue period.
I love it. And then I never used this before. I never heard of it, but how pretty that
Ooh.
is.
Ooh. Oh, you can put that like on
So you can
towels.
like
You can make
stitch
bookmarks.
on it. Yeah, I'd never seen it before, and I was like, yeah, it's so cute. And then
It's
the
really
last thing I
pretty.
got was this one.
You do have one of the frames. I love their
Yeah,
frames.
so cute. I was gonna go crazy and get one of the ones that was like shaped like a little house in the thing, but then I was like, I'll just go for like a simple snowflake one. And I kind of wish I got the house one because it was so cool, but I'll just get I'll just buy from them. So
I
that
think
was
I'm
my
going to
stuff.
use them a lot. Like, I mean, the frames, I love the frames, but also so those the other ones, okay, so I've discovered online Scarlet Sky Designs and
Mm.
she does woodworking. She also does a FlossTube, but I'm probably going to be using one of hers for my tea time.
Ooh.
But I don't know if it's probably laser cutting woodworking. And I
Yeah,
don't have any samples to show. Oh, I don't have it in the room, but like I have a one I put my winter cat on. But anyway, so I think I'm going to use her a lot. And I love those frames as go-tos.
yeah,
I was so excited
yeah.
when I realized Witchell does those.
I know. Yeah, literally, this is like a big pile of my finishes. I haven't
Can we
done
have a
anything with them.
can we have a finish parade?
Yes. So obviously,
Uh, oh,
this
because you
guy.
always seem to have rose petals to finish.
Yes.
When you announce your patterns, you always do you have roses sitting around all the time, or you're into
If I could
roses?
take you with me to show you, I would, but I'll send you a picture because it's kind of hilarious. So then obviously this guy,
Oh, did they frame it for you and then send it back unframed?
yes.
That's what they did with mine, and mine got lost in the mail. And Fall Friends is like the original Fall Friends is it's not their fault. Like maybe the guy that
No,
bought
it's
my house is gonna find it one day. But
that one I can't
anyway,
show. This one I
this
can
guy.
show. So that was my
Oh, I
little
love all the colors you
gargoyle
use
house.
because I love your designs, and then I also love the colors you use for them. Like
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I try.
yes, and I love how like kind of the
Yeah.
juxtaposition of the cute little polka dots with that on it. I love it.
I just realized I don't know if I can show that in full. No, wait, I can. It's
You
okay.
can, you
Yeah.
can. That was
I'm
from
like,
the winter box, right? Just don't
yeah, I
show me
forgot I
your
posted. Yeah,
don't
that
show
one's
my creepy Valentine. You can't show that one.
yeah, that one's over. This is my
Yes, I love your
kitty.
kitty.
I love this Ada. This is oblong meow
Oh,
is the
the fabric. So I was like, I
yes,
thought that was your
yes,
design.
yes, yes.
Yeah, oblong meow fabric. Yeah.
Yeah. Halloween kitty. Um, this was the
I love
one of
that
the
one.
box ones.
See, it's ones like that that I'm like, oh, you went to art school and are super. Do you
I just wing
paint
it.
them? Because I draw
No, I
directly into the pixels, which is partially why I chose my name. I just draw in
yeah.
pixels. But do
Um,
you look, I mean, that looks like something you might have painted first or something.
so I was an illustrator or
Oh,
self-taught like literally for 4 years and but all this I just did in pixels. So yeah,
Okay, because I always feel like I'm not a real artist because I know it's dumb, but
you are
because
a
I don't
real
draw,
artist.
but I do it in a, uh-oh.
You're a pixel.
Sorry,
Oh,
I heard a child at the door that was like
oh,
getting upset but yeah, so I have an inferiority complex because I don't make these beautiful paintings beforehand, but I need to get past it.
you definitely don't need to. I was trying to see if I could find um old drawings, but they're not here. No, I got rid of them. Okay, never mind.
Hmm.
Finish parade, carry on.
Oh.
My bees! I need to like, finish them at some point. I have so many of these.
Oh, that's so cool.
I can't wait
You're
to post this one. Everyone's been like, I want the design. When is it out? I'm
oh, you
like, I
haven't
don't know. No, it was one of the box ones, so I'm
oh
waiting for the all clear.
yeah. I remember Bendy Stitchy was talking about how it was Michelle, like how cool it is, honestly, that like the winter design, I was like, oh, I could release it in 3 months, like the statute of limitations or whatever. But then I was like, I got a design to put out next winter.
Yeah,
Like in your back pocket, it's already done.
yeah.
So, and that's like, I think the ones that are specifically seasonal, I'll wait on.
Hmm.
And then
That's kind
you
of how I
boom.
feel with so I got a couple of designs like denied by a magazine. Um,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it
And I was
happens.
like,
Yeah.
this is great. Now I have patterns.
That's what I think. I'm like,
So I
even if they
really
don't
don't
like
think it's a
it,
negative to get
you've got it right
turned
there. And you know,
down. Like,
people will love it. It's just not their style, not the magazine
yeah,
style, and that's fine.
no, yeah. So
That's the
I've,
thing about the magazine. I feel like I've got to rein in the weird. Rein in the weird, try to stay a
yes,
little bit more
yeah, I have to be
accessible.
very traditional, and which is also really fun to put myself in that lane. So yeah,
Do you have more?
that's good.
Baba Yaga's hut. Oh, I
Yeah,
never noticed the bones, the like crossbones on the top.
yeah.
That's cool. Nice. I love little chicken legs.
And
I
then
love the
these are
Baba
like
Yaga's
golden
become a thing. It's
oldies.
awesome. Ooh.
Not one person has bought this pattern.
I think we all have one of those. We all have one of those, and you
Like
probably
I
love
really
it.
like it.
You're
Yeah.
like, why don't
It
I don't know.
it just happens, I guess.
Oh yeah, I do love that one. That's beautiful.
Yeah. This was my last Halloween, not Halloween, Valentine's Day like release. And then I have my Ukrainian
Oh yeah.
sampler, which has made more money for charity than I've ever made, which is great. I was super chuffed. And
Oh
then
yeah.
rainy days,
That's
my
so
little
cute.
froggies.
Your frogs.
I love frogs.
Do
You
you
know
have a
I love
frog tattoo?
I don't. Of all the things I have on me, I don't. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah,
Soon.
but I love your DILF. I know to say that, but damn, I love frogs.
Damn. I
That was
saw
so fun.
I saw like a it was inspired by the t-shirt that I always get Instagram ads for, which has got like dill across the front, and it's like, damn, I love frogs. And I always send it to my husband, and I'm like just like crying with laughter. And I was like, I need to do this. And then we have tea related.
Aw. So
Again,
do you
one
actually like tea? I have an English friend that likes neither tea
I
nor football, and I'm like, did
oh,
they kick you out? So do you?
um I love tea. I
Okay.
like I drink this of tea like twice a day. I love tea. So yeah, but not football or soccer. No, I hate that. I like American football.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. American football is so boring.
I
Anyway.
think where it's like different, but I think this is the last one of my little finish parade.
Aw, I love the
Yeah.
little ladybugs. But I love the mushrooms. That's fun.
Yeah, I just wanted something to design on this Ada because
So
it was just so
who
cool.
who did that one? Who dyed that?
Oblong Meow again. Literally, I
I don't
have
have any of hers.
this is all the Ada I've been collecting. So there's
Is
like,
it all by her? Or I'm
yeah,
sorry, them. I don't know her pronouns
I'm
or
not
their
sure
pronouns.
actually.
Huh?
I'm not sure actually, so we'll
Okay,
go with them.
there. There, yeah, yeah. I love that one.
I like understand the like if you were to do a pattern on it, it gets kind of lost in it. I think it has to be a very specific pattern to work with crazy Adas.
That's why I
But
haven't dared do them yet, to be honest.
yeah,
I look at
I
it and
just love
like,
them. And
see, I'd more use that because that's more chill.
so this one I actually did the next Just CrossStitch one on. So I like messaged them and I was like, please can I use this?
I'm
They're like,
so
yeah,
glad that that means Oblong Meow's gonna get
yep.
of it. It makes me so happy. I
Which
love getting
they
other
don't
people's
even know
names out
yet.
there.
So I'm like, yay.
Oh,
But we actually did a like a art trade with each other where they made me Ada based on my asking, and then I sent them patterns. So this was what we came up with, and it's called Spooky Frog.
I don't know why it's
And
funny, but it's
honestly,
funny.
I just didn't want to use it because it's only one of them. And I was like,
Oh
it's too
yeah.
precious. So I will use it eventually,
Well,
but
you gotta find it's gotta be the perfect. You gotta find the
yeah,
right. Well, it's like this one. I bought this. I don't usually buy stash, but I bought this fabric just because I like had to own it. But I had to
yeah,
find the right thing. And once I found the right thing, I was like, there you go. But yeah, like if you love a fabric, it's gotta be put something special. Oh, and that's another thing. And I was gonna ask you about your what designers you fangirl. And I love Bad Stitched and I would love her stuff even if I didn't know her. But
hmm
um, so I was thinking about how happy I am. I've almost finished it because I'm gonna have
yeah,
something that my friend designed on the wall that I love. But so anyway, so this is extra special. But yeah, I
yeah.
wanted to ask you, who do you fangirl? Because it's hard because who is a few or what is one? Because it's like there's so many. Like, what is her
Mama
name?
Witch,
Yeah,
Mama
yes,
Witch
that's
cross
exactly. And
stitch.
she knows that I've
I
told her so many times I probably creep her out, but I'm like, I
we
fangirl
we
Mama Witch
we
so hard.
talk quite a lot. She's super sweet. Um, yeah,
Yes,
I'm
I
just
love
every
her and
time
her.
she
Yeah,
posts a design, I'm just like,
every design, like
how? How do you
she's a
do this?
designing goddess. Yeah.
Yeah, truly. I wish to aspire to that level of inspiration for coming up with crazy ideas like she does. So
And
I
then
love
like
it.
you think it's not going to get any better, and then she releases another
And
one,
then
and
it
you're like,
does.
Psh, did it
It's like
again. She can
I
just knock
literally
them
have
out.
a folder just full of all of her patterns that I've bought and obviously have no time to stitch, but
Yeah.
I'm like, at least I have them.
Yeah, there's some people it's just like it's really hard because there's so many patterns out there, but you
I
just
know.
don't have the time. And especially that's the one drawback of designing. Like I couldn't not design, but like there's a lot of things I'd like
hmm
to stitch and just don't have time.
Like I patron Bad Stitch and the Witchy Stitcher, Beast or God.
Yeah,
He
those are
does
all good
really cool
ones.
stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Um, yeah. And I just they're just in a folder, just waiting for one day that maybe I'll stitch them.
Oh, so one of my actual whips, because you have to pick something you're gonna like love or love to
Yeah.
stitch because you only have so much time. So one of my big whips right now is Mama Witch. It's her Krampus, and I'm in love with him, and I've been in love with him
Oh,
for a year, and my husband is too.
yeah.
So the
Oh,
one
I
where
love
he's like
that.
this cute little beastie, and he's like,
Yeah,
his tongue
I
is
love
like all.
that. Yeah,
I
that
love
one
that
is
one.
so cute. Yeah, I really wanted to do I've got the pattern for it, but the two possums drinking tea that are like
Oh,
upside down to each other.
oh yeah, that one's so
Oh,
cute.
cute.
Oh yeah, I need to frame because I finished Possum Song this, well, I guess it's last year now. I finished it like 2 months ago and I need to frame it.
Oh,
So
love
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm glad I'm getting to know her as a person because like, so I don't think I creeped her out. I think she's just incredibly introverted. And I'm
Yeah,
really
she's
proud of
cool.
her that she's coming out of her shell just because it's good
Yeah.
for business. And I am just like, people want to know you. We want to know you. And
Yeah.
so she's talking
Hmm.
about doing a floss tube when she can get
Oh,
studio
that's so
access.
cool.
She doesn't want to do it from home. So like I was thinking about, I can't remember if I asked her to do this yet or not, but see if, like I said, this is really just an excuse for me to meet all my friends
Yeah, yeah. No, I love it.
and
I
hope
was
that I
like,
can get this to upload to YouTube.
yeah.
Because if I can't, oh well, we had fun.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, I'm
No, I
writing
love
my,
that.
it'd be ironic. Okay, I have a Discord notification. Oh no, okay. I was like, it'd be ironic if it was from the our group.
Oh, yeah. My favorite place to be on Discord.
I know, I know. I know.
And I
I
don't
try to
even
jump
use
into Bad
Discord,
Stitch.
but
Just sometimes she's like, it's dead in there, so I'll pop in.
yeah.
I wouldn't dare have a Discord. Just I'm like, I feel like, well, it'd be one more thing to keep up with, but also I'm like, I'd probably just be sad because people wouldn't talk enough and be like, why did I do this? Now I feel, I don't know, like I go back and forth between like if people don't like your stuff, that's cool. I do make it for me, but at the same time, so there's, I think there's a little bit of me still that's kind of like, oh, you don't want to be in my Discord? Like that's how I feel, so I didn't do it.
I get that. I'm very sensitive with things like that, so I just don't.
Oh, what about like, do you have a Patreon? Because for me, that
Yeah.
would be the constant production would stress me out too of having to have things. But you
Um,
have one now?
so yeah, so me and Amanda were actually giving like advice to people in the group about Patreon and that I think anyone should start one. Um, and then you just have to say in your tiers, like, you're gonna get one pattern a month. Like, that's what you're paying for. So that you don't stress yourself out trying to like create so much work for them.
Oh, to me, it's
Um,
still stressful because you have to
I
have it
know,
out.
I know. Um, but like some people don't even do like one thing that you get a month. It could just be like, here's pictures of stuff I'm working on. Like, doesn't have to be anything. So we were just saying like anyone should do it and you know, don't stress yourself out. Don't stretch yourself beyond what you think you can do, and people will join if they want to join.
That's true. That's kind of like with making a floss tube. I was always like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not my thing. I didn't watch them because I'm always listening to audiobooks while I stitch. But
Mm,
then I started and I kind of mix it up. Listen to a lot of
yeah.
Stephen King while I stitch, among other things. A lot of Stephen, like I'm listening to The Dark Tower finally, which is what
Oh,
Amanda Bad Stitch should try. Is like always, oh, have you read The Dark Tower? Let me just do a plug for the Dark Tower series because it's her thing. So anyway, but I started trying to watch floss tubes a bit too, just is because I wanted to, I'd be talking to people and be like, oh, what's their voice? Oh, and then I was
yeah.
like, floss tubes are cool. You find like a lot of them may not be for you, you try them out, just because I think it just depends who would you chill with. And that's why like long distance
Mm,
stitchers, I really enjoy Megan and Megan because I'm like, I would just sit on my butt and stitch with them for hours.
yeah.
And
No, I love that.
so it's this kind of with a floss tube too. It was too long to put I wanted to do a whip parade and it was too long to put on Instagram. So I just did one and I was like, hey, my peeps will watch it, and
Yeah,
I got a lot of people watching it because people watch not a lot, but like to me, 100 was a lot more than I expected.
it's a lot.
But the second one, it was maybe 50, and I'm like, but I don't feel bad about it either. It's more just like
No.
so my friends can see it all, and if other people enjoy it, that's cool too.
Yeah.
But
No, I love
it's
that.
no
That's
pressure at
great.
all. We
That
all just like watch each other's and fangirl, like like Mariam watches mine and I watch hers, like Rumi crafts. Long distance stitchers, I just watch theirs and they watch me. It's like we all just, it's like a way to hang out and get to know people.
Yeah, yeah, of course. It was kind of like how you did your whip parade made you go to FlossTube.
Oh, did you
Mine was
watch
like,
it?
oh, I watched it, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But I mean like how that forced you to kind of go like, oh, I need to go to YouTube now. So mine was like Patreon, and I made my Patreon page, and I was like, don't don't subscribe to it because it was just in like production at the time. And I was like, I don't know if I'm actually gonna do it. And then somebody patroned me, and I was like, wait, I don't have any content. And I messaged them and I was like, I'm gonna refund you because I don't have anything on there. And they were like, no, 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 I just wanted to support you. I was like, okay, now I feel like I have to start it. So it pushed me to start my Patreon before I even planned on doing it.
But are you glad you were pushed?
Yeah, I'm really glad because I probably wouldn't have, you know, just started to do it. So
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, so
grateful
that's
for
like
that
I never
person.
wanted to do this. I always was like,
Yeah,
and that's why I don't do any production. I don't have little light music, which if I did, it'd probably be
yeah.
like chill out techno or something. Like I love music and I'm like I can do my own music or not, like my style, but I don't even
Yeah.
know how. And I don't have the time. Like I need art on my wall too. This is a whole new thing with me suddenly working with Zoom. I've got nothing on this wall. Like I was going to do my whole thing in the other room. Anyway, so I have nothing on the wall and it bothers me, but we'll figure it out. But no, I forgot where I was going with that because I just talked. But whatever. But
Yeah,
anyway, oh
my
yeah, that like it pushed me to do it. And because I was like, you know, there's not going to be production. This isn't going to be pretty. I'll try not to accidentally swear. My kid might show up in the room. Like, my cat might show her butt to the camera. And I'm just like, either I'm going to be here and it's going to suck, or it's not going to possibly suck, or it's not going to happen at all. So, and, my friends are
I
like, I
think
just want to
we
watch
just
it.
like to see the real,
We don't mind seeing a cat
you
butthole.
know.
It's cool.
Yeah. A little sensor.
Put like a little emoji over.
Yeah. I see people do that all the time and it makes me laugh so much.
But like, I don't even know how to
Oh,
do that. And the thing is, I know it'd be cool to know how to do it, but I just don't have the time in my life. I could make the time, but that would mean less designing or less
yeah.
time. You know, I'm not saying I'm good at it, but like less time playing Candyland with my daughter. It's like I could be stressing them out figuring
Yeah.
that out, or I could be appeasing. It sounds awful. You know how you want to do your
Appeasing
own.
the internet people.
No, no, appeasing my 3 year
Oh, okay.
because we bought her a swing set for her birthday and it's a constant want to swing. Like we did it because we thought, oh,
Oh,
well, especially while we're both, well, I didn't know it was going to work at the time, but things that she can do by herself.
yeah.
Not that we don't want to spend time with her, but 3 year olds are they want lots of attention. At least mine
Yeah.
does. But then it turned out she can't swing by herself. It's a
Oh,
constant want to swing. So we're constantly trying to teach her to kick and pump her legs, and no. So anyway, like if I focused on beautiful, like trying to make this pretty, I already focused on making my website. I don't need another thing to take me away
no.
from designing
You,
and hanging out with my kid.
we just want you. So,
Yeah, and that's how I feel about other people too. Like pretty things are nice. I think my last one, I was recovering from a cold. I wasn't wearing makeup. Like, I mean, I don't usually wear makeup. I like work home health, and none of my clients care what I look like. Today I was like, I'm going to wear makeup and try to remember that I'm a relatively attractive woman instead just of like a schlub
hell
and
yeah.
instead of just being a schlub in pajama pants.
I
But
might be
anyway,
in
what I'm saying
pajama
is like the
pants.
last one, I was like, did anyone even watch? Did it totally suck? And I know my friends watched it, so it didn't matter.
Yeah,
But it was
exactly.
like, look like a schlub, but get it done, or it's not gonna get done. Anyway, that's my philosophy. So anyone that wants to start one, I'm like, I don't care what your background looks like. I mean, I don't care if you've got your dirty laundry hanging there, like, or bras drying in the background. Like
I'm
well,
like
your house,
checking.
your house looks fine, but I mean, if it was like a mess. Like it wouldn't,
Yeah,
I'd just rather see people's faces and hear their voices and hear what they have to
yeah,
say.
honestly. Yeah, hilariously, my husband, all he does is edit stuff for YouTube. So, and I'm just
Hmm.
like, no, come on, no.
Oh, like learning. Oh, so do you have a website? Because that's something that's really pushed me and I've enjoyed, like learning how to make my website. Awesome.
Oh,
Oh,
no. So,
and doing print patterns. Like I've learned all about Publisher, not the
yeah.
fancy Publisher. I have Affinity and it's only $50 instead of hundreds of dollars. So if you ever just start using stuff like that, like I do it to make social media squares with my logo on them and everything too, like
Oh.
it is like I've learned this past year, and I'm glad I did it before I started working full time again. Um, I learned how to do Shopify and have a beautiful website, and the learning curve, like I was paying for it for months and not having a website because every time I tried, I was like, would try for hours and I was
Yeah.
ready to cry. But once I learned how to do it, like I am so proud of it.
Oh,
So, and same thing with
yeah.
Publisher. Like I get on Publisher like a total badass now. Like I know what I'm doing. Do, 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 do.
I mean,
I'll
I've
just
done it. Because I all of my like university work had to be done and I made books and stuff on Publisher. I don't remember how to do it anymore.
Oh, so do you
Um,
think you'll ever go into print? I did start to ask you, but what do you think about print?
I would like to. I remember that you showed me when you were printing
Oh, yeah.
everything off and it looked so good. And I was like, I don't know how to do this.
It took me, I bought tons
But
of paper and I bought the wrong paper. I bought cardstock. I have lots of paper left
oh,
and then there's also the, fear of rejection, but not so much a fear, but like I was super excited to get into Expo, but I knew my
mm,
stuff wasn't for everyone, like my stuff isn't traditional. Um, I felt like my cross patch design could have been in more traditional shops, but they still didn't want it. So, but like even the people that bought stuff at Expo, like when I had my new bunch of stuff a month or two later, like no one bought, not no one, but it's like top notch stitch shop. And my
oh yeah.
two of my locals, they consistently buy from me and like no one else does, but that's okay.
I
I'm
I
okay with that
honestly
now.
think that's totally fine because I before I started my shop, I saw a lot of people like online being like, oh, I really like cross stitch, but I don't want to stitch something that's like, live, love, laugh, or whatever.
God, and that on O's. I'm sorry, people, but
Oh,
when that's I see that on people's walls, I'm like, we're not gonna jive as people.
please,
We're not gonna
please
jive.
stop. Um,
It's not my scene.
but
Live,
yeah,
live, love,
so
laugh.
I was like, I don't know if people are gonna buy my stuff, and I feel like that's all of our friends in the community are all probably in the same boat, like thinking, oh, we're kind of too edgy for the cross stitch world. But in actual fact, no, people like in our age kind of thing want that. And
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
they, oh, you're fine. Um, and they didn't have the option to have something that swears or, you know, like
There's so
something
much great
to cross
stuff. Like
stitch.
some of it
I
I wouldn't
know.
do, but I appreciate that it's like I appreciate, well, overall, like I appreciate the art, even if I wouldn't stitch it
Yeah.
or put on my wall. Like
Yeah.
there's
It's
a
just
lot of
nice
cool
to have
stuff.
choice. So I think when people say like, "Oh, that's not for our shop," or "That's fine, someone
It's
else
not
will
an
love
old
it."
lady hobby. It's not.
No,
I mean, like when I was stitching, in the 80s, it was like my mom always got cross stitch and country crafts and probably just cross stitch. And I mean, I did like the stuff, but it's like when I got
mm,
back into it like 3 or 4 years ago, it was like, ooh, it's very, I don't, provocative is the word, but I don't know. Like there's some like super badass stuff out there and I love
yeah,
it. And it makes me like I'm stitching a freaking skull. 20 years ago, I wouldn't have thought there'd be
yeah.
skull patterns to
I
stitch and I
know,
love
right?
it.
That's the thing. Like,
I
I
love
love
it
it.
there. And I've tried to tell some of the old school designers, I'm like someone was saying, an older school designer, but I don't think maybe her stuff wouldn't fit, but I was like trying to tell her, I was like, they said they feel like their pattern sales are going. And I was like, are people not cross stitching? And I'm like, no, like younger people are hungry for this stuff. But she didn't, I don't know. It didn't seem to interest her. But I was like,
Huh.
it's like vibrant. I don't know. There's like a big community now that wants cool
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We are here and we want it. Like, um, oh, that's what I'm curious about. Some of your, I'll ask you, but like some of my favorite designs are the least successful ones, and I'm just kind of cool with
Yeah.
that at this point. I accept it. I make it for me. But like one thing that surprised me is my Sinister Sweeties, like all the desserts with eyes, and they're like eating smaller desserts and look really evil. Like I was like, I love this. I don't think anyone's gonna buy it. And I have people that buy every single one. And maybe it's not a ton of people, but that makes them happy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
my stuff makes them happy, then that's nice. And even if they didn't, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to think I swear I have like one or two designs that ain't nobody has bought. And that's so, oh, you had that one you said you never sold. Do you have like, I mean, is that a
Yeah.
particular favorite, or do you have any favorites that people haven't bought?
Um, I honestly, like this was one of the first ones I did. And even though it's like kind of plain, now that I look back at it, I still kind of love it. And I'm like, I don't want to buy this.
It's sweet. It's very sweet. I love the little birds. I love the steam coming out of
Little
it. I mean, it's
steam,
very
yeah.
artistic. Like I don't know if my stuff was that put together at the beginning.
I mean, I probably don't design anything close to that anymore. Like my style's changed a whole bunch. But yeah, it was like it's still up for sale and no one's bought it. So, but it is what it is. I kind of did it based on my likes and
Yeah.
interests of
Yeah,
tea.
like if you're trying to appease other people, I don't know if appease is anyway, if you're trying to make other people happy, it's not going to be probably very
Yeah.
authentic anyway.
I think sometimes the quickest ideas that I've had and the quickest patterns that I've made, and I'm like, no one's gonna like these, are always the best sellers. It's like the ones you least expect always.
Ooh,
So
so
I'm like,
which ones are those of yours that have surprised you?
ooh, let me think. There was one. I can't think off the top of my head. I think the Baba Yaga house that I
Oh, the
did,
hut, yeah.
like that was like I think I did it in like 2 days, like designed it, and I was like, cool, I just want to do a house. And then I was like, I found out about Baba Yaga, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, creepy house. And then that's probably my best-selling pattern.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, just didn't expect it, like at all.
Oh, this is one thing like I want to share that made me so happy. So my style that I'm working on, I thought, ooh, maybe I'll get lucky and sold 20. I sold like 107. But the thing is, like, I sold them before anyone had seen it. And I was like, no one, I mean, my few friends that had seen it loved it and were super excited,
Yeah,
but tons of people bought it, like having not even seen a pattern. Like I could cry. It was so sweet. But
that's awesome.
it's my best-selling pattern now.
That's
How
amazing.
does
I
that
think
happen?
people just like stitch alongs, honestly.
That's probably that could be it.
Yeah,
But at least I know I'm like, are there a bunch of people that are disappointed now? I mean, because it's people that are excited about it that are loud. But there are people that are excited about it, and I sold it really cheap. Like when I put it in shops, it's not going to be that cheap because things like that aren't, they
no,
cost more. It's a lot more
yeah,
work. But yeah, maybe that people just like stitch alongs. But I love that people trusted me. It was very
yeah.
cool.
That is. Yeah, I saw I think it's like called the Fairy Tale Farm. The
Magical. Now I'm Magical Farm.
Yes,
I love
yes.
it. But it's like
That
sight
one.
unseen. It's going to be great coming from
Yeah.
Flossy Fox Shop.
And
You
yeah,
know it's going to be great anyway.
and everyone had it already, and I was just like, that is so awesome that they were just like, okay, we know your style, we know it's going to be great, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
And I love that she and I released ours on the same day on accident, but I was just like,
Oh,
so we were teasing each other about it because we really like each other. You know, we
yeah,
interact a lot. And I was like, everyone buy them both. No competition. Just buy them
yeah,
both. Don't decide
yeah,
which one you like better. If you like them both, buy them both.
just get them both.
And we just want to advertise each other. So anyway, it's cool.
Yeah, I love
We did it
that.
on the same day. Oh, any upcoming things you wanna talk about to give either to tempt and excite people with, or oh, I know we can't even share the theme, but we're both working on something really good for
Yes.
the the
Yeah.
box that starts with a P. Do you know what I'm talking about? The theme starts with a P.
Yes.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
doing another one that I'm not either, but the once I got my
I'm just doing all
idea.
of them.
I just sometimes I just don't have an idea and I'm like, and there's
Yeah,
one that
that's
you're working on that I just don't have an idea for, so I'm just
yeah.
letting it go. But the other one I got an idea for, and now I'm like insanely
Yeah.
excited.
See,
I
the
need
one
to
you're
just,
talking about, I do not have an idea for yet, but I'm gonna do it.
oh, you don't have an idea for the one that starts with a
Mm-mm.
P yet. Oh, but you'll do something great.
Yes.
Oh, you will.
Well,
That's the
hopefully.
thing with those boxes, it's going to be quality, like quality people. And I love, or
Yeah.
quality designs. I love that every time those Starlight Stitchery boxes sell out like same day. And they're just so special. And I'm so proud to
Yeah,
be a part of it. And when
truly.
Pamela and Amanda asked me, I was like, really? And then I was so
Yeah.
paranoid, like with my winter one, I was like, this isn't like my usual stuff. And so I still wonder if secretly they're like, maybe we shouldn't have asked her. But I'll
No.
never know. Oh
No,
yeah, and with that
there'll
one,
be
the
other times.
winter box, like it's not like my Snegurochka, I don't remember how to pronounce it, the snow maiden. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I posted it, the reveal, like one person was like, how can I buy that? And I was like, you can't. You had to get the box.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's
like,
like I have had no feedback on it other than, from you guys in the group being like, it's
yeah.
awesome, all of us cheerleading but each other, but like I don't even know if anyone liked
The
it. But I love it. But at the same time too, I'm just like, I hope people aren't like getting the box going, well, I don't know what this crap is, but I'm not stitching. I
I
will
honestly
never know.
haven't got any feedback on any of mine that have been in it so far.
Oh, okay. So I feel
So
a little better. Maybe people just are
yeah,
like looking at it as a whole and getting
yeah,
excited.
I think so. I was trying to think if there was anything I was working on, but honestly, I've had no time between just cross stitch the rainbow, and like the boxes. I no time to design for myself.
Oh yeah, you've been really busy. I know. I came up with a whole list. I was like, my going back to work was a big surprise. And
Mm,
it was a lot of stress on my husband. He has some disability issues he deals with. And so it was me going back to work alleviated a lot of stress. So that's why I
mm,
did it, but was like overnight, like, oh crap, I got to go back to work now. I wasn't planning on it
yeah,
for like 2 years. And then I'm like in my head, like battling the fact that I'm mourning for the potential loss of my design career. And also, like, I didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, I had an existential crisis over that, but it was because I wasn't making enough money for it to be worth daycare because it's so expensive. So anyway, like I had a big existential crisis over it.
yeah.
But then I started to have one going back, and then I got back into my same career and was like, I love it and I'm happy. But the thing is, so first month going back into a career after 3 years, I was really like, I don't want to say floundering, but it was very overwhelming to the point like I went to bed late and but so I was like
Yeah.
internally mourning the potential loss of Pixel Pixie Cross Stitch. But now that I've got my job under control, like
You
it
can
doesn't take
balance.
me forever to do all the stuff. Like now I've got like a list. I actually have a list of releases pretty much every month, not
Awesome.
pushing myself, but as a matter of they are in my head and I want to get those babies out there.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's doable. I might have to
I think
pay test stitchers. I don't know. I don't like to do those because I make changes as I go. How do you feel about test stitchers? Is that something you feel like you could do?
I'm the same. So I've had some really good ones which have worked with me and been like, oh, this color's a bit too similar. Like, can I change it to this? And they'll like ask me for the changes, and I'm like, yes, thank you. You're doing what I need to be doing. But then other times they've stitched it how um I've designed it and it's not worked. And then I've been
Mm,
like, well, now I just have to stitch it anyway. I had to figure out the
yeah.
colors. So yeah, I think it's obviously really nice when somebody takes that workload off for you. Um, yeah, I have to do it myself,
Yeah. Like there's just too many. Yeah. I make too many
especially on
changes in the
really
process.
color complex pieces and like PC Stitch, which I use on the computer to make my designs and stuff. The colors on that are never super accurate to what they
Oh
look like
no.
in real life. So it's like, yeah, it's like trial by fire for me.
Well, do you have like, because you mostly use DMC at this point, right?
Yeah.
Because do you have the DMC flip book? It's like my
Hmm.
Bible. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But now that I have one from Cosmo, I'm going like, I'm so excited about Cosmo. I want to start designing with Cosmo too.
That's cool.
But like my cat series, I want to be consistent. So that's still going to be DMC, but
Yeah.
the Cosmo's pretty rad. But, and I don't think Wind Stitch has that. But yeah, like it's, yeah, you don't always know what it's going to look like.
No, even with the booklet, sometimes you're like,
Yeah,
oh, they look different enough, but then when you put them, stitch them together, it's like, no.
yeah. Oh, I wish I had my bird. I wonder if it's in the other room. I designed one that I thought was going to be really good. And then when it was done, that's the one that no one has bought. And I can, oh, well, I'm really curious. I'm just peeking around y'all to see if it's in the other room. It is. So nobody's bought this, and I love it. But I understand too. I know one has bought it. I understand. But the reason I thought of it is because I was trying to draw French fries and I changed the colors of the fries so many times because they look like they're gonna be
Oh,
different and then they're
yeah.
not different enough. And I was talking to oh, my mind is blanking. Who's the undead vampire fighting or the vampire fighting? Her whole thing is vampire fighting
Buffy?
cancer. I know. No, no, and designer. She's
Oh,
friends with
the
Witchy
Witchy Stitch,
Stitcher.
not the Witchy Stitcher, Night Spirit Studio.
Yeah,
Too
she's
many
so
names
nice.
in my head.
But she gave me the advice that I always use now. Like when the colors are all listed in DMC, do every other one. Because even if colors next to each other look like they're going to look different enough, they usually don't. So, because I talked to her
Mm,
about these fries and I know they don't look like, okay, so here it is.
I
I
love
worked my
that
butt
one.
off to draw a grackle, and when they're in the sun, like they're blackbirds, but when they're in the sun, all this blue shows. I worked
Yeah,
my butt off on it, and I loved it. But now I see why no one's bought it, but it makes me happy. But
I
like
I
those
really like that
fries,
one.
what?
I really love that one.
Oh no, yeah, not one person. Oh, maybe my friend Vanessa Stitcher Nest bought it because she just buys all my stuff, I think, to be supportive because she's awesome. She's just a very supportive person. But
Definitely.
and like I had Rebel for Bowie because I love Bowie.
Hmm.
But it's just that this is a whole thing, and you love nature too, so you get it. But like gracklebirds are invasive buttheads, and I love them. Like they are obnoxious birds, but I love them to pieces.
Yeah.
And like they're always like, especially even at outdoor restaurants. Anyway, I've literally had a grackle steal a fry off my plate at a restaurant, and I was like, "You do you, man. You made that
Yeah.
work."
Yeah.
So it's a grackle eating fries. But anyway, I was so proud. I was like, "This is more traditional. It's gonna look great." And then when it was all done, I was like, still doesn't work. Still doesn't work. And look,
Oh,
okay, what I love most is my finish. I
I
think
know
that
the
is like,
finish is so pretty.
and I was making like, um, what's it called? Like placemats and napkins for a long time. So
Oh.
my father-in-law's wife, who I get along with really well, I had made placemats for their house, and this was a fabric she sent me.
Ah,
And like this was just a scrap. So I was able to use a scrap. Um, but anyway, this is like my favorite finish of all
I love
time.
that. Yeah.
And my bird I worked my butt off on. And not one sale, probably ever. But I keep it on my website because it's free to have it on the website. And I've taken it off
Yeah.
before once because I was like, I should represent just the good stuff. And I was like,
Oh,
someone might like my birdie.
yeah. I
Maybe one
honestly,
person.
if you're proud of it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But it is lovely. But yeah, you can't please everyone. It's always the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, my birdie.
I
So is
love
there
your birdie.
anything else you would love to share? I'm sure after this I'll be like, I should have asked her that, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we're gonna hang, but maybe in real life too. I would say, okay, my plane
Yeah.
tickets were pushed an hour, I found out. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'll explain, I'm going to StitchCon and you live an hour away from Cincinnati. So
Yes.
actually and I'll be waiting for my friend Taylor, her flight, 'cause she's coming from Seattle.
Hmm.
She gets in like at 5:30. So I thought, well, I'm waiting to pick up Taylor. I can hang with you. But I
Yeah.
think maybe one of those days you could maybe Saturday come or even Friday meet me for lunch instead.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, because I don't know, or it's going to be coffee instead of lunch that Thursday afternoon. But anyway, so we are going to hang in real life anyway. So if
Yes.
I have other questions that I'm like, damn, I should have asked. But the internet at large will not hear the answers. But
Oh
anyway, I
yeah.
am so excited you did this and you got over your fear.
I know. Like,
Because like tons of people love you and are going to be really excited to kind of get to
oh
know you better because of this. So
yeah.
you are very
Well, I'm
loved
glad. I'm
and
I'm glad you
admired.
asked me.
Yeah. And I have other people, so I want to do. Amanda just needs to get her hair cut because that's what she's like. Not a bad stitch. She's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it, but not till I get my hair cut. But there's so many people, really like people in the Starlight box. But there's other people too that I haven't asked, but I'm like, I'd like this to be a thing, just
Yeah.
selfishly, so I can hang with all of my internet friends that design.
Well, we
Um,
get to live it through you as well, so we get to meet the other
yeah,
people,
that's
which I'm excited for.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, in the meantime, I was like, okay, definitely Stitch Crypt, and she's up for it, Jen.
Hmm.
And I've been talking to Cobweb and Rose a lot, and she's named Amanda too, and she
Yes.
wants to do it. So, but my brain has been like, I want to invite this person and this person. And I've thought of so many, and anyway, like, hopefully, I can. I think I should be able to keep it going. So,
Yeah.
my
For
excuse
sure.
to hang with friends, but
Yes.
other people getting to, hopefully people that don't know you or haven't seen your stuff much will watch this. The 50 people that watch it, maybe one of those people will be like, yeah,
Yay!
I like her. Maybe I'll get me a
Yay!
fan. One more fan.
Oh yeah, and you come to me.
What?
Come to me.
Be my be my fan. Be my
Be my
fan.
fan.
I'm trying to
No,
find
but
oh, there it is for when I stop recording. But anyway, thank you to, and I want to give big thanks out. Shout out, thank yous to. So Michelle Abendi Stitchy is the one that showed me which program to use on here.
mm,
But right now I'm using Zoom instead, so I can get both of us. And then one of the Megans of the long distance stitchers, Megan without an H, ageless Megan. She's the one that told
mm.
me to use Zoom. So,
Okay. This
oh
is my
yeah,
second time using it, so
God, I use it multiple times a day now for therapy. Weird. Um, but anyway, and also like, so I buckled down and I bought Zoom so I could do this and record it.
oh
But
wow, okay.
also this is a business expense instead. But also like I last minute was like, we should do stitch alongs live. So for my Sal, we're gonna do monthly
Mm,
and I'll use this. So it's like it's worth
that is
it.
a cool idea.
Yeah,
I
Zoom.
like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stop recording.
Yeah, you're good.
But so bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.